Aloha, I'm Jennifer Sojot, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, a huge mahalo to Long's Drugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Long's Drugs for all your shopping needs. The Senior Deputy Director of Athletics at Long Island University has been recommended as the University of Hawaii's next athletic director. If approved by the UH Board of Regents, Craig Angelos will replace outgoing AD David Matlin. University of Hawaii President David Lassner recommended a salary of $325,212, the same amount that was provided to Matlin, in addition to a $15,000 relocation and moving allowance. Angelos has worked at 7 universities. He was athletic director at Florida Atlantic and the #2 person in interscholastic sports at Miami, Indiana, South Florida, Temple, and Long Island. UH officials said Angelos has extensive experience overseeing student-athlete wellness and academic success, hiring head coaches and supervising men's and women's sports programs that have won numerous conference and national championships. At UH Manoa, he will be responsible for the leadership of the program's $40 million to $45 million annual operating budget supporting 21 major sports, about 125 full-time coaches and staff, and more than 450 student athletes. An Idaho jury has convicted Lori Vallo Dabel of murder in the deaths of her 2 youngest children and a romantic rival. The verdict marks the end of a 3-year investigation that included bizarre claims of zombie children, apocalyptic prophecies, and illicit affairs. Vallo Dabel and her 5th husband, Chad Dabel, were both charged with murder, conspiracy, and grand theft in the deaths of 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallo, 16-year-old Tylee Ryan, and Dabel's previous wife, Tammy Dabel. Prosecutors say the pair worked with Vallo Dabel's brother, Alex Cox, to carry out the crimes because Vallo Dabel was after the victim's money. Cox died in December 2019 and was never charged. Vallo Dabel and Chad Dabel were captured on Kauai in 2020, a couple months after authorities began to look for her then missing children. Vallo Dabel faces up to life in prison. Daniel Penny, the Marine veteran who killed a distressed subway passenger in New York City, has been released on bond. On May 1st, the 24-year-old Penny restrained Jordan Neely with a chokehold. Neely was a former subway performer with a history of mental illness who had reportedly been shouting at passengers and begging for money. A video of the encounter went viral and sparked outrage over a number of issues, including how the city treats people with mental illness, as well as crime, race, and vigilantism. Police questioned Penny after the incident but released him without charges. Following an investigation, he was charged with manslaughter today. Penny surrendered on the charge and did not enter a plea. If convicted, he could face up to 15 years in prison. Penny is due back in court on July 17th. NBC Universal's Linda Yaccarino has been named as Twitter's new CEO. Yaccarino is an executive with deep ties to the advertising industry, who previously served as NBC Universal's chairwoman for global advertising and partnerships. She stepped down from that role today. Musk said that Yaccarino will focus primarily on business operations, while he will stay closely connected to product design and new technology. Industry watchers don't expect Musk to remove himself from the decision-making process at Twitter. Yaccarino's new appointment could be crucial for Twitter. Advertisers fled the platform after Musk's takeover, and luring them back is viewed as critical to the company's survival. Wall Street closed out another slow week today. The S&P 500 dipped 6.54 points, or 0.2%, to cap a 6th straight week where it moved less than 1%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slipped 8.89, or less than 0.1%, while the Nasdaq Composite lost 43.76, or 0.4%. Despite the seemingly calm moves for the overall market, big swings have swirled under the surface. Traders are concerned about a possible recession, high inflation, and the U.S. government inching toward what could be a catastrophic default on its debt. A report from the University of Michigan suggests consumer sentiment is also tumbling. It indicated that U.S. households are preparing for a 3.2% inflation over the long run, higher than last month's reading of 3%. That's a worry, because strong spending by consumers has been one of the main forces preventing a recession as the economy slows. For more of these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser, visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com, and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here next week.